Thailand has dissolved its parliament, paving the way for the country's upcoming election in May. Now, that decree has been published in the country's Royal Gazette. After being endorsed by the monarch King Maha Vajiralongkorn, an election must now be held within 60 days. Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha's 4-year term is set to end this week, and the upcoming polls will see him running again for the nation's top post. A court ruling last year limited his term to just another 2 years if he wins the coming elections. Observers say the leader's popularity has waned since coming to power after a military coup in 2014. And for the very latest, Saksit Sasombat, he joins us live now from Bangkok. Saksit, first up, perhaps you want to walk us through the process in terms of what's going to be happening next?
Yes, indeed. The Royal Gazette has published the announcement, the decree that Parliament has been dissolved just an hour ago, and that is going to kick off the timeline to the 2023 general elections here in Thailand. So what happens next? First of all, the Election Commission has to come up with an election date about this week. We are thinking it will be sometime in May. Then in April, that's when the candidates are going to register themselves. There will be a whole month of campaigning in April and a little bit in March. And since Parliament has been dissolved, the law says that an election has to be held between 45 days and 60 days after it has been dissolved. So that we are looking at sometime in May. Since there's a preference, even though it's not a written law, since there's a preference for Sundays, we are looking at potential election dates on Sunday, May the 7th or May the 14th. So this is what we are looking at. It will be pretty much a very busy couple of weeks ahead, not only for the political parties, but also for us.
All right, 7th or 14th of May, we'll certainly be keeping that in mind. Well, this overall certainly marks a key step in the Thai Prime Minister's re-election bid. I mean, observers are saying that, his popularity is waning, but in terms of his chances of being re-elected, how's that looking?
It is a very open field. It's a wide open field. It's difficult to say whether Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha has a good chance to stay in office. Let's not forget, he came into power in 2014 via military coup, and he has been in office for 8 years now. But however, there has been a constitutional challenge saying that whether or not his 8 years, which is a term which there is a term limit for, has already been reached or not. Now the court has said that his term limit will end in 2025, which will be halfway through a potential second term. So this is already one obstacle that he is facing. But there are many other obstacles as well. Not only has he a record that is checkered, to say the least, he had to steer the country through the pandemic and all the economic consequences through that as well, but he's also facing stiff competition from other parties, not only from the opposition and the Pheu Thai party, but also from parties within his own current ruling coalition. And that leads to the curious situation that the Prime Minister has changed to another party, the so-called United Thai Nation Party, going up against his former party, the Palang Pracharath Party, led by his deputy and the current party leader, Prawit Wongsuwon. So this is going to be very interesting in a post-election scenario, thinking about who is going to go with whom into a coalition. But in order to get there first, Prayut has to first of all try to distinguish himself from all the other parties, which is a high task that he is now facing in the next coming weeks.
All right, many thanks for that report. Saksit Sasombat speaking to us from Bangkok. Well, over 52 million Thais will be eligible to vote in these upcoming elections, and most of them, about 60%, will be above the age of 40, and they will be electing members for Thailand's House of Representatives, which is the lower house of the Thai Parliament, and it consists of 500 seats. Now, 400 of these seats are allocated according to constituencies and 100 for a party list system. At this year's election, Thais will have 2 ballots. In the first, they vote for direct candidates in one of the 400 constituencies across the country. And in the second, they will pick a party to determine the allocation for the remaining 100 seats. When it comes to choosing the next Prime Minister, there is a limit on who has a say. Only parties that have at least 25 seats will be able to nominate a candidate of their choice. Now, for any candidate to be named Prime Minister, he or she will need a majority of votes from not just the 500 MPs in the lower house, but the 250 in the Senate as well. The Senate is made up entirely of people nominated by the previous military government. In other words, if the senators all vote the same, only a third of MPs is needed to confirm a Prime Minister, no matter if the other 2/3 of MPs band together. Well, since the last election, a number of lawmakers have been changing parties. However, the main opposition, Pheu Thai Party, continues to be the party with the largest number of MPs. They are followed by Palang Pracharat, former party of the incumbent Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha. Now, the Boom Jai Thai party of the Public Health Minister Anutin Chanirakon is third.